Hey everyone, and welcome back
Oh,
to our Monster of the Week actual play Death Was Easy, and we have our full cast as Knots has returned to join us. Before we get into recapping last episode and seeing where Knots went while the others were getting their ass beat last episode, let's go around and do introductions. Introduce yourself, your pronouns, character pronouns, and playbook, and we will start in clockwise order with Miguel.
hi, hey, hello everyone. I am Miguel, otherwise known as the internet's Miguel Clásico. My pronouns are they, he. I will be playing Esteban, whose pronouns are he, him, and my playbook is the Initiate.
Jet.
Yo, what up? I'm Jet. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm playing Eris tonight, and their pronouns are she, it, they. And they are the divine. Yeah.
Knots.
Hi y'all, my name's Noxkiros. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and today I'll be playing Eliana, who is the Hex and also uses she, her, hers.
Okay, and Halloween.
I'm Halloween. I am playing Lydia. We both use she, they pronouns, and I am playing from the Chosen One handbook.
And of course, I am Paige. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be playing everyone else that they come across in this game. So, last session, we kicked off with the Cerberus battle. Cerberus immediately yeeting Ileana and Sybil away from the battle, and then after a long, drawn out battle, they somehow defeated Cerberus, very badly hurt, almost missing an arm, back ripped apart, which kind of continued throughout the Elysium as they explore different areas, eventually healing themselves before coming across a weird pink orb that kind of burnt two of our players very badly, bordering on third degree burns right now, as they activated something at the end of last session that healed them a little bit, but has changed the door for the next room to show a little light scroll light symbol above it. And as they entered the room, they came across the Minotaur. But before we get to that, we have to go back to someone who kind of disappeared last session as Knots, or Eliana, I should say. You see this blast of energy come at you from Cerberus, and you feel yourself fallen through the Colosseum floor. You see Sybil like fallen next to you before they're yanked away. And as they're yanked away, you see their form actually disappears, and you just see a shade of who they were as they're ripped away deeper into the underworld. But as you land, you kind of sit up and you swear you're back home. You're back on the streets you were before everything happened. And you're kind of walking around at your bearings like the street is completely silent. There's no sounds at all. There's no cars, which is wild. Not even parts on the side of the street. It's just an empty road. And as you're walking down, you hear flip flops start approaching you from the other side of the street. And you see the Minotaur approaching you, walking very slowly. Ats just strapped to their back. And as they get within about 2 feet of you, they stop. So you're one of the ones that Sharon sent.
Hi, yeah, I am. My name's Eliana. What's yours?
I have no name. Just refer to me as the Minotaur.
Minotaur. Okay.
So you're here to help out the underworld. Do you think you're worthy of that? Do you think you are actually going to make a difference here?
I think it's been a really long day and I don't know what's going on.
Well, I think the best way to evaluate you is if we visit some familiar places. And he just reaches a hand out and grabs you. And you guys disappear and appear in at a bus stop. You see a bus going down the street, some kid running after it, before stopping, giving up at the corner and starting to like tear up a little bit. They've missed their bus, they missed their stop for the night, and this is a bad part of town. And you see your past self helping this person home, escorting them all the way home. You feeling really good about yourself and help them out. The Minotaur's like, selfless act. What happened next, though? And as you kind of fast forward to the scene, you see that the teen wasn't heading home. Like the bus that he was trying to get on to get out was actually supposed to be to his friend's house. As you hear fighting and you hear parents yelling in the room as his kids just cowering in their bedroom, sobbing, not where they wanted to be for the night. You knew about that knowledge of anything that else would have happened. So, brought a kid home to a bad situation without asking more about the person. Not a very thorough hero, I should say. Let's see something else. They fast forward again, take you to another scene, and you are back in that familiar store that you died in at the very beginning of episode 1. That same kid behind the counter, you guys talking. You come to this store all the time when you're on your patrols and stuff. This time you see yourself successful in actually fighting some criminals who have come in at knife point. You're easily able to disarm them. Police show up. You're able to like talk to the police, get everything handled. And as you're like walking home happy for it, we zoom back into the store and you see that kid with a bunch of his friends there after you have left, all laughing and making fun of you. They're like, yeah, this girl thinks she's a hero. She shows up here and talks to me all the time like she's on patrol, and like she treats me like I'm like her Alfred or something. I don't know. She comes in asking for snacks and she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go on patrol and save people and do all this stuff. I think she just kind of walks around the neighborhood for like an hour and then heads home. It's kind of weird. She's harmless enough though. And then the last thing is he zooms in. He doesn't really say anything. He just gives you a side eye as watching you as you look at this scene. And last little selfless act is you just simply saving a cat and kid from a tree. You see your character just kind of climb in the tree, helping them out, everything. And as you leave the scene, you don't really, you just assume the kid's like in his front yard, kind of just leave the scene, so the kid and the cat are good, pat him on the head, feeling good about yourself. You don't see the bus as the cat jumps out of the kid's arms, and the scene just the Minotaur just cuts the scene. You have a lot to learn if you're going to be helpful here. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Nothing I can say is what you want to hear. You're not showing me that to make me feel or make me learn to be better.
I'm showing you that to make sure that you know that you need to be a little more thorough. I know the thought for you of being a hero is exciting. It seems to be that that's what you were aspiring to before your death, even. But you need to do your due diligence. There's more than just the stopping of the crime, the saving of the kid, fighting the bad guys. You got to deal with the aftermath of that too. Are you prepared to handle that?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see about. And he just cuts off mid-sentence and he grabs his head.
Are you okay?
Sooner than your friends are calling me. Interested. I'll see you very soon. He reaches down, touches your weapon, and you see your weapon kind of ice over a little bit. And you fall through a portal below your feet as you see him run down the street. Where this would have been the scene from the last episode where he showed up to help you guys in the fight against the Cerberus. Would have been helpful. You guys would have won that fight, everything. And as you guys walk through the door of the Minotaur, you all are in different areas. Before we get to see who goes first, why don't you all roll 2d6?
Okay.
Does that include Eliana or no?
No, just these 3.
10.
10.
4.
6.
Okay. So Esteban,
Yeah.
You walk through the door,
Mm.
and you're back in the order.
Mm.
You are kind of walking around, and you get to the training range, and you see a much younger version of yourself
Oh,
just at the
let's
marksman
go.
galley, shooting targets, hitting dead center on every shot. No one else in the clubhouse. So you spent many of your nights alone here, working on your marksmanship, studying the archives, and you just kind of watch yourself for a second. You hear loud footsteps beside you and kind of just settle up to you and just a loud breath. So, this is your weapon, a gun. A little different from what I've seen of you here so far.
How I was trained.
I see that. What were you training for, though? Doesn't look like there's any comrades here. It's like a lonely life.
The order took me in. I did, I still do what they ask of me.
You still do, after your death, even. How does that work for
Our,
you?
our vows do not end in death.
Your
That's what I
vows do
swore.
not end in death. Where's the rest of your order? Shouldn't they be here training with you?
They're elsewhere. I'm sure. I believe
Why don't we see where they're at? And
karaoke night.
he kind of waves his hand. Yeah, and you see them all at the bar. Every single other person, even the old lady from episode 1 who got you kitted out. They're all at the bar,
Mhm.
having a good time, singing, drunk,
She loves her scotch.
enjoying themselves. If this order is so important, why weren't you invited? If you're meant to be part of this group, are you excluded?
It's not that I wasn't invited. It's that if I don't do this, if I'm not the best at this, then when one of them needs me, I'll fail them.
When one of them needs you. Interesting you bring that up. As the scene shifts and you see a mission that you had, your actual first mission before the one that you died at, kind of your initiation. It was you and one other ally, and towards the end of the mission, he was going to die. He was in a bad spot. A werewolf was bearing down on him. He had no way out, and you jumped in front of him, wounding the werewolf with silver, but getting badly scarred and hurt, and failing your exam and being put on paper duty.
I'd have done it again.
So, looks like you put yourself before your order again, doing your job. Let's see how they thanked you for that. He tries to go through. No scene. Dude never talked to you after that. But he cuts away, and later in the dorm rooms you see that guy with a bunch of his friends. So yeah, that was such a great idea, leading that kid off to the side where we knew those werewolves would be. Only one of us could pass. It's a perfect way to set him up and make sure that he failed the test. Can't believe he fell for that. So great. If he would have did his studies more as much as he says he does, he would have known that werewolf clan was actually, part of our group. We paid them off for that little stunt, which was great. Had to thank Ricky and take him out for drinks next week. Slitted or ridiculed for an order that doesn't respect you. Yet you still hold on to these tenets.
I mean, there. That's not how it always was. I mean, there was Carlota. She's the one that brought me there.
Mm-hmm.
She looked after me, and if it wasn't for her, I mean, I would have died with the rest of my family. So
Yeah.
that, I mean, it's got to count for something.
Yeah, and it sees here that you took pride in your work in the archives, identifying threats, helping out groups, being knowledgeable, right?
She just wanted me to be safe.
I got one other thing to show you then. She cut to her office. She's there with Doris, the little old lady who kitted you out. Yeah, tonight's the night. The count's ready. We just need to send the troops away. Are you sure this is what we want to do? You see Doris ask the leader, and she's like, yeah, I think it's time. Esteban, I thought we had high hopes for him. We thought we could get him to see our way of thinking, but he's too driven. He's not going to give up on the hunt for the count. He doesn't see the sacrifice was worth it. I don't have to give him up to the sire, unfortunately. And as you get like a closer look at Doris and the leader, you see their eyes turn red. And just a hint of veins between the two of them.
Jeezy Pete's.
And even beneath your notice. I'm sorry you had to see that. Down here, there's no order. You guys have a task ahead of you to pretty much save everything. Without an underworld, there's no death. With no death, it's just going to be hell on earth. You need to focus on the now and your new group of allies, and not this order that has forsaken you.
If I do this thing, will I get another chance to put the count down for good?
Potentially. He is undead. He does not escape our domain.
Then if restoring death means I can bring it to him, do everything I can to make this happen.
Very good. He puts a hand on your shoulder, and you just feel pressure, and you blink, and you're back in the chamber. And next, I believe, the next highest roll, I believe, was Eris. So, Eris, you are back up in the celestial plane. Kind of flying around, soaring. You've seen your angel brethren flying just past you, not even really noticing you. Even as you like brace yourself, if you fly right through your body. So you're just kind of like out of phase with this place. And as you're flying through, you fly towards Mount Olympus, seeing it lit up again, which it was last time you hear there was an issue. It was hazy, glowing red. Something was amiss. And as you get to the offices, you see a younger version of yourself, which you're an angel. You guys don't look too much different that far back, but you remember this scene. This was you getting assigned your first person to protect before Lydia was even born. And you start to see flashes of you protecting this person. It was an elderly lady. Her family had all died, but she was somehow survived them. You kind of just watched over her, made sure she wasn't alone, didn't fall over or anything. It was a very easy assignment, but something you were proud of. You did good work. You were there for her. She even saw you a few times, but she was so old that you were just pass yourself off as a friendly neighbor. So you're actually able to talk to this person and form a really good relationship with them. And you were even there when they died, when they passed. You were there at their bedside and brought them up to the plane with you. A nice life, helping one through the passage of death to their new life. Very amendable. As you look up and just standing in air, like you're flying and you're up in the sky, the Minotaur's just standing next to you as if you were on a flat plane. Your first assignment?
Yes.
I don't think we need to see how your second one ended. How are you handling that? I see you haven't told her yet.
I'll tell her eventually. The guilt is a lot.
It's fair. Just know she's an equal now. You guys need to rely on each other. You can't protect her forever. Let's see some more while we're here, why don't we? Do you remember the day you got your wings? Well, we take a closer look. Do you see, like, there's a big, like, it's like with like a high school graduation, the way it's kind of set up. Like, you walk on stage, you shake the person's hand, and your wings just sprout at your back. And you see yourself go through that. You're happy with all your fellow brothers and sisters, and everything's celebrating. But we cut to the office as they're giving out assignments, and you see your name pop up on like the little hollow screen that they have. Oh man, Eris. Bottom of the class. I think we should probably give her a safe assignment for now. I know her dad rushed through her graduation, but I don't want to tell her that, do you? No, I mean, she's optimistic. I think she'll be fine. We can set her to a Lady Williams, I think, should be a nice, easy assignment. I think it'll be okay. Start out easy. We can make sure to get plenty of training in. Just make sure she doesn't slip through the cracks in between people, and we should be good. Cuts forward a little bit. They're back in the office, and the guy at the desk is standing up yelling at the other guy. So how the hell was she assigned this assignment after that? I thought she was going to have a waiting period of a few months before we sent her back on the field. Who decided to give her a cultist? Well, the system's kind of automatic. I mean, the kid doesn't get into that much trouble. Sure, she sacrifices some stuff here and there, but like, I mean, she seems to be a good member. The thing doesn't seem to. Most cults end in mass suicide. This is like a level 5 case at the very least. Eris is still on her training wings. If this fails, it's going to be on you. We already have enough shit going on. Dad is dead. The Olympus is fallen. We don't know what the hell is going on right now. The underworld has been unresponsive to us. And we're going to send one of our worst to protect someone from a cult from another pantheon. This is going to be on your head. I mean, she did stop that one person from dying the other, like, last week. Yeah, and let's look what happened to that person. So they show that person you saved joined the cult that Lydia's actually a part of. They were brought in. And while you were off watching Lydia on an assignment out away from the cult, that person was the first person sacrificed by Heather. Very similar scene. Absorb the power from this person. Cleaned evidence. And you see everyone didn't even remember who that person was afterwards. I mean, just because this person died in a cult doesn't mean this Lydia person's going to die here too, right? Like, what's the odds of that happening twice to Eris? Surely. I hope you're right. And the scene cuts off and you're standing there with the Minotaur again. Thrown into the fire before you were ready. By a system, by what appears to be a broken pantheon. Are you going to be able to step up now? I hope so. Just rely on the others. You're not here to protect anyone anymore. You're here to be a part of a team.
A team. Okay.
Rely on them and learn as you go. It'll be okay. Puts a hand on your shoulder and you feel that same pressure as you appear next to Esteban back in the chamber. And we cut over to our last player here. As Lydia, you're back in the commune.
I'm not excited.
It's so great here. It's so excited. Everyone's partying, having another festival. You guys have festivals like every 3 to 4 days. Let's be honest. It's mostly what being in this commune is. And as you're going through, you see this is actually an initiation, and you're kind of walking around seeing what they're setting up for. And you see on the stage a younger Lydia, about 18 maybe, just fresh out of high school. As soon as you graduate, you ran off, found Heather, joined up, naive, full of wonder. You see the bloodletting ceremony, all of you cutting your hands, grabbing Heather's hand. Well, it was also cut. Very unsanitary, honestly. You see like the spark of magic, like the black magic wrap around your hands, and you feel the initiation ceremony. And you just kind of watch in nostalgia. Don't really hear as the Minotaur stands up next to you. So, young, not really knowing what you got yourself into. What did this cult tell you they were for again? If you want to remind me.
Well, we were worshiping the goddess Hell. I mean, she always suited me better than the god I was raised under. His followers weren't exactly the most accepting of. And then she just kind of gestures to the entirety of her.
Yeah, you're from the Southern Baptist. That's right. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Joining a cult, though, wasn't the answer.
I was raised in one cult. What's one cult versus another?
Gave up one. You gave up a gilded cage for a blackened one?
It suits my coloring.
The Minotaur actually chuckles at that. Yeah.
Lydia got nothing if she don't got jokes.
Well, let's see some of your work in this cult. You see yourself starting through research, learning magic along the other initiates until you get to your first sacrifice ritual. At least you've never seen human sacrifice. I mean, you being sacrificed was the first one you saw. But as you're watching yourself do your first ritual, you see yourself standing over a body and carving runes around it and channeling magic into this body. Like channeling your magic into it and then absorbing it back. And just doing that over and over again, almost in a trance. Before you see that body is very familiar to yourself, skeletal. And you see Heather walk up to your past self. Very good, dear. Your magic is growing exponentially. You'll be ready soon. Let's head back to my tent for a drink. And as the Minotaur and you like walk after your past self and Heather, you see as you're sitting down, her pour a little vial into your drink. And you see, after you drink it, she's like, "Oh, so Lydia, you came to talk about your newest research project. How's that going for you?" And you see your past self just kind of blurrily look around, kind of confused at first. She's like, and then start just talking about one of the research projects. You have no memory of this ritual. To you, it was simple animal sacrifice, practiced a few runes, and it was good. Led astray for a while. Looks like Heather has been corrupting the members' magic, making you do these profane acts, and then trading you in for someone else. You weren't the first to die at her hands. Certainly not going to be the last. In fact, as she sows the scenes of both Eris's death and Sybil's death, as they are both also killed by the same person. She's got around and she's taken advantage of the situation. And I know that Hell has blessed you with her powers, and you were really excited, especially after you talked to her a few weeks back before your death. I'm sorry, though, that this next scene's going to be a little painful. As he kind of fast forwards the scene, and you see yourself talking to Hell, like you hear her voice booming in your tent, and like you hear the conversation of how like you need to die to go down there, find out what's happening, and like all this stuff, and then you drink your drink again, and it kind of phases off, and you just remember talking to Hell instead about how proud she was of you, and how you're her chosen, and that you're gonna do great things and all these like amazing things in your and you're just so hyped up on this. But as we cut outside your tent, we see Heather sitting next to the outside canvas of your tent, like a large circle painted on the side, as she talks and her voice projects, planting these images in your head to make the sacrifice in a couple of weeks go a lot easier.
Heather was behind this all along.
Unfortunately, and he spreads his hands, and you're seeing fractures, and you see hundreds of other people who've done the same thing, gone through the same thing as you for thousands of years.
All from her.
All from her. Different attires to fit the time periods, but didn't really change. She is not aged. We don't really know who she really is. And you're not the first to fall under her thrall, but we think she might be part of what's going on down here.
Well, I might not have been the first, but there could be a reasonable chance that I could be the last. I don't know how much time has passed outside of here. I mean, Ileana came down here with a weird talkie box and called it a phone, but phones ain't flat, so I don't know what she was talking about.
You're all from different points in time. With the way death is right now, time is sort of blending together as well. It's not great, but you four were chosen for a reason. Just when the time comes, just remember what this lady did to you. And as he puts his hand on your shoulder, you actually feel your memories unlock, and you get these memories back, and many other memories of very shady cult shit that you did that you didn't remember, of just mass murders, of different like poisons and dark, deep cult magic, diving into some of the nastier pantheons, studying their secrets. But as puts his hand on your shoulder, that pressure appears. All four of you are now in the chamber, standing across from the Minotaur. Well, here we are.
Try to aside to everyone else, but did anyone else just get Christmas caroled by this Minotaur?
If by Christmas Carol do you mean he showed me I was actually a mass murderer at one point, sure.
I don't
Yeah.
believe that's what Charles Dickens meant, but okay. Showed you horrible things about your past, and now you're kind of questioning everything you've ever done?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same. Okay. Just making sure we're all on the same page, he says with tears in his eyes.
Being a hero is not an easy burden. You need to face your past and learn from it to advance. But there's one last trial I have for you. We need to see how you guys work together as a team. And he grabs the axe off his back. You hear the slide of metal. Now, come, and he charges. So who would like to act first as we enter combat? Yeah, go ahead. What do you want to do, Ileana?
I don't know. I just want to fuck the Minotaur up right now.
Just straight up attack him?
Yeah, that's fair.
Give me some kick, some ass roll. Roll tough.
All right. Oh, tough. Okay. Can I use magic to fuck them up?
Yeah, if you want to try to use a magic thing instead, yeah, you can roll magic. Roll weird. Just tell me what kind of spell you're trying to do. There's a list of effects that you can trigger, and there's a list of glitches if you roll a 7 to 9 or Something worse can happen if you fail.
Okay. You said that they're swinging their axe.
Yeah, they have their axe up and they're charging at you, 4 of you.
I think I want to try to make them swing it onto themselves.
Mm.
Okay. Try to make them hit themselves with their own weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me weird.
Weird. Okay. Hey, you know what? It's smart. Get the dice ready. Fine. Okay. That's a 9.
Okay. It works imperfectly. So which of those 5 glitches would you like to choose from?
Where do I look at glitches again?
If you look in the reference sheet in the Discord, there's under use magic, there's 5 glitches under the effects listed.
It's short. It's a very short spell.
Okay. Yeah, you try to like you throw your magic and try to like take control of him almost to make him like go off, but it kind of just lances off and it makes the axe cut in that do some damage to his arm, but it doesn't stop the charge as he keeps coming towards you. I'm gonna need, let's see. Roll act under pressure. Roll me cool.
That's an 8.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you I'll give you a few options here. You can just stand your ground wide open from casting that spell as he approaches you. You can dodge out of the way, but Lydia is standing right behind you. Or you can try to divert his attention the other way, but that would go towards Esteban.
I'll just take it.
Just take it. Yeah, as he charges, lowers his head, and just gores right through your shoulder, just ripping like the upper part of your shoulder off as he just runs past you and loops back around to come back towards the group. Who would like to act? You take 2 harm.
Okay, that's fine.
I would like to, you know, like how Captain America like uses his shield as like a frisbee and like I kind of want to like throw my shield like a frisbee and like try to bottink it off his head.
Okay, yeah.
He played
Roll kick some ass. Roll me tough.
He played Ultimate in college, so he's got those
Definitely.
angles down.
Yep.
Nine.
Okay, 9. So that means you will just inflict harm on each other. So what is your harm rating for your shield? How much damage does it do?
Um. +2.
+2. Okay. Cool. Yeah, you hit him in the shield. He's dazed, but he still charges forward and he slashes across your chest, digging in with his axe, doing a point of damage to you as well. After your armor takes it off, so just 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Okay, who's acting next?
Guess I'll try. I got a spear. Can I attempt to kick some ass with the stabby bit of it?
Yeah. Try to stab him in the ass as he like charges her back around.
That's a 6.
What's your tough?
Oh wait. Tough. Where's my sheet? Tough. That's a 5.
Mark experience. You go to stab at him from behind and you just feel a massive foot kick you in the face as you attempt to. Just like getting kicked by a horse pretty much. Just right in the jaw. You actually feel like your jaw dislocate as you take a point of harm.
Okay. I'm at 3 out. It'll be fine.
Esteban, what are you getting up to, buddy?
I am questioning everything I've ever learned ever since my conversation with this Minotaur. And while I realize we have to fight, I also have I'm also realizing maybe going about things differently than I've done them before is the way to move forward here. So I turned to my sword, and instead of using it as my instinct is telling me to, the slashy cut kind of situation, I try to channel some of this weirdness I've got through it and spellify this.
Use some magic.
Use some magic, yeah.
Okay.
I want to, the specific one on the list, a bullet point here is do one not bar a thing. Here we go.
I will say too,
Mhm.
I'm pretty lenient. If you have something you want to do that's not listed,
Mhm.
that wouldn't be like ritualistic in nature, you can pitch it too if there's something on the list that doesn't fit.
I think it falls under trapping this monster. I'd like to turn the ground underneath them into like a quicksandy situation to either just like completely lock them in place by their like ankles
Cool.
or
Yeah, you see them kick like
slow them down.
almost use Lydia as like a kickoff point as they kick off their face, hit the wall, the circular thing, and then charge right back at you full speed. Go ahead and make that magic roll.
Okay, and so my weird, just to make sure. Yep. Oh, that's it. And that's a 12.
Oh, okay.
That is
So,
weird.
on a 12 or higher, you guys all have blessed weapons right now. So, as this magic like bursts out, you actually see the tip light up blue and a wave, like a tidal wave, erupts from in front of you and slams into this minotaur, washing him in through the chamber and slamming him into the wall hard. And as he stands up and tries to get his foot in, then the magic takes effect and you see him start to sink into the floor as he comes up to like here-ish on his torso.
Pretty cool.
Okay, cool. He doesn't have anything to act from that, especially if you triggered your knockback effect. So he's going to take a damage from slamming into the wall like that, and then it's stuck. Okay. For you guys, there's no really initiative, so anyone can act now. Everyone's had a turn, so.
I sort of just yell out, quick, while he's down, or stunned, etc.
Can I kick him? Because I'm not very good with my weapon.
You just want to run up and kick him in the face? Kick him back in his face or kick him in your face?
Please kick him in the shin. Right in the shin.
We can't kick him in his shin. His shin's in the ground, but yeah.
Shin's in the ground.
That's right. That's my fault, too.
He stops to just like get up in his face and kick him while he's down. Like
Roll me kick some ass. Roll tough.
Okay. 8 minus 1 is 7.
7. So you run up, kick him in the face, and do damage. You see him turn his head, spit out a tooth. But as he does, he still has his axe above the ground. He slashes at your shins, and there's just a deep cut across your thighs. You take a point of damage back.
Yikes.
I am officially unstable.
Oof. Yeah, you see as he cut, all of you see that was a major vein on their thigh. They are bleeding heavily.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
I have rotes and I haven't made mine yet.
You have what?
Rotes, they're like kind of like spells that she knows like off the top of her head, but very powerful dark magic.
Okay.
So Eliana's temptation is vengeance. I feel like
what do we use, man?
yeah, I get to make one. Like I start off with one. I haven't made that yet because it says I can make it during play.
Okay. What would you like to do for your first one that you made?
I think Eliana can take things that she's experienced and put them onto others. And since they're already halfway underground, why not have them be completely underground the way she died?
You want to try to encase them like you were buried alive?
I want to bury them alive and keep them that way.
Use a magic roll.
Please work, 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 please work. All right, that's a 10.
Okay. So with that, you see him get pulled under. But you don't see a door open. The chamber is silent. I'm gonna roll a dice. So we'll do, I have a d20, so we'll do Esteban's 1 through 5, Eris is 6 through 10, Lydia's 11 through 15, and Eliana's the rest. Okay, so you look around, you don't see anything, you feel the ground start to shake, and you hear a loud crash of stone as an arm reaches out from beneath the floor, grabbing onto Eris's ankle. And Eris, you just see Eris get like Hulk smashed, like in the first Avengers movie, as Eris is lifted up and just, with just an arm out from the ground, take 2 points of damage, Eris.
You hate to see it.
Okay.
As you see this dude is starting to climb himself back up. Very slowly. He's still like half encased.
What a jerk.
But he does look roughed up from being yanked
Does
into
that-
this floor.
Make me unstable now? If I've
If you're-
taken 4 damage?
Yeah, if you're past 4, you're eternally unstable.
Ah! Can I kind of do what I did with the bone puppy last session with
Mhm.
my shield and just kind of like use it to like jam as like into the arm to like get them to let me go?
Yeah, go for it. Give me a tough roll. Try to stomp his light as him back down.
That's a 14.
Okay. So as you start kicking him, you feel your shield start to glow. Doesn't do anything yet, but you feel that something is triggered in it. And as you stomp him back down into the ground. You hear the rumbling again, but he is away from you for the moment. I need to roll another dice. We'll roll again because I don't want it to be Eris twice in a row. That's not fair. Okay. Yeah. As
That really would have been your luck, though.
it literally rolled the same exact number, even. As you hear rumbling, this time an axe just cuts up from underneath the floor and hamstringing Esteban for a point of damage. As you literally feel the hamstring on the back of your legs cut.
It's after my armor, right?
Yeah, 1 after your armor.
Boo. Okay, I am also unstable.
It's not looking good for your team. Eliana, what would you like to do?
Am I able to use magic to try to heal them?
You can try. You may use magic roll.
Okay. Come on. That's a 9.
9. So it is going to glitch a little bit.
Oh boy. Okay.
Which of the lesser ones would you like to do? Weakened, short duration. The armor one's not something that works. Or immediate unwelcome attention, or a problematic side effect.
Problematic side effect. Fuck me up,
Okay.
fam.
Who are you healing? You can heal one person. They're all unstable.
Yep.
Everyone.
Every single one of the 3 of them
Everyone.
is unstable at the moment.
Who's the most unstable?
What are you
Are
guys'
we
health at?
talking
Like,
like?
what's your
numbers
total?
or-
What's your total health at right now? You should be.
I mean, it's been a stressful week, so
Your character.
4 injury.
I am
That's
also
armor.
on 4.
Oh,
They all
Just
look
flip, I'm rolling
equally
a
fucked
dice.
up.
I'm rolling.
flip a coin.
Peter 1,
No,
Peter 2,
actually,
Peter 3.
Lydia seems like most likely to die soon. Sorry.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Like,
heal
So
Lydia.
you heal for 2 hit points, Lydia. As you see,
Lydia? Okay.
yeah, as you see the wound on your leg start to close and the blood flow is stopped. Not completely, but enough to where you're not woozy until like you're gonna pass out.
Is that after my resilience or before?
So you're just back down to 2 total health
Okay.
taken away. I mean, but Eliana, you feel a deep cut in your leg as you take the 2 points that you healed.
Hey, guess who's unstable now?
I need everyone to roll cool for me. As bursting from the middle of the ground, Minotaur shoots up and starts to spin rapidly. Thank the whirlwind attack from Diablo is what he's doing with his
Aw.
axe right now.
Okay.
You said roll cool?
Yep, roll cool.
Famously not.
It
good.
was so nice knowing all of you.
13.
13.
This was
Six.
a fun one while it lasted.
Six,
3.
3. So
4.
3 of you mark experience. Lydia uses magic and like yeets himself on top of one of the pillars. The rest of you take 2 points of damage as you are all cut across the chest and thrown across the chamber.
It was nice knowing y'all.
It was so nice knowing everyone. Wow, it's so weird that the campaign's ending after 3 episodes.
Yeah,
I know,
totally.
right?
It was going to kill you guys all right now.
I can only imagine my character like heard the cracking like a startled cat went "Meow," and jumped up.
Lydia, what would you like to do? You are probably the next one to act in this situation.
Can I attempt to tackle him?
You want to jump from the pillar on top of him?
Like on top of him and like knock him to the ground.
Okay, give me a Kit some ass roll.
Because I'm so good at
You do
tough.
not.
Maybe I
You
should
do not
start.
want to fail this.
That's a 3 -1, so that's a 2. I'm going
Oh.
right on the exploit.
So,
Oh boy.
Maybe I
Mark.
should stop trying to fight things, guys.
3 damage
It's not way to run away.
as
I
you
like 3
jump.
harm.
Yep, 3 harm as you jump to land on him, and you land on his head, and you're just impaled on his horns.
Do I also mark experience?
You do mark experience, yes.
You would though. Your luck, you would jump on the
As
target
he
and
and then
impale,
he
like-
just like shakes his head and then tosses you, and the 4 of you are just like all sat up against the same wall. Well, at least you're working together. But this fight's over, and he throws his axe, and right as it's about to hit the 4 of you, everything goes dark. And that's where we're gonna take our break. We'll be back in about 10-15 minutes, everyone. And we'll see what happened. Are they dead? Who knows?
This is rough.
Love that for us. Look at us go.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Death Was Easy. As we left off with our 4 heroes half dead against a wall of a minotaur swinging an axe at their heads, everything went black. And we wake up in a fountain room with the minotaur sitting on a bench as the 4 of you sit up, fully healed.
Oh, it's convenient.
As you see, the fountain's already empty. Well, you did better than I expected.
Dare I ask what you were
Thank you.
expecting?
Honestly, from what I saw of your past, not much. But you were inventive and you worked together. That's what you're gonna need. How do you all feel?
Like, kind of doing these, like, but maybe gonna lose a tooth later, even after the healing.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's so weird how you don't actually seem sorry.
I mean, I couldn't take it that easy on you. I had to give you a little crash course training. We don't really have much time. Well, at least I don't have much time. I already feel myself fade in. And you guys actually look at him. He's lost a foot of height.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm sure you guys saw what happened to Sharon.
mm-hmm.
it wasn't
Yeah.
pretty.
Our ties are loosening. Those of us who are tasked to guard the underworld, everything going on, I was sent to find whoever he sent down and train you as much as I could in a short amount of time.
How short? How short are we talking? Like, we
He
got a couple more.
drops another half a foot.
Oh,
Okay,
jeez.
not
Oh,
long.
okay.
No,
Not
I'm a
long at all.
short king.
He's
So you just
I mean
say
he's
it's-
still like 6.5 foot tall. Let's be honest.
Not
but
for long.
He's
I'm
rapidly
just getting ready.
He's rapidly dropping.
You said spend some of that time by whisking us away to, I don't know everyone else's memories, but points at Esteban. He did not look good when we got back.
The trials of a
not.
hero require you to face your past, embrace your present, and be prepared for the future. You did the first 2. Now you guys need to work together and overcome those differences. Any answers?
Where to next?
Do you guys have any questions for me before he drops down to 5 foot? Just
Do it.
pure.
I kicked him.
I mean, he blots it. He's still strong.
Okay.
I get
Does
it.
his voice get higher as he gets shorter?
Definitely.
You're
Yep.
turning
It's
into like a
it's
baby
it's getting
bull.
higher. It's getting higher the shorter he gets for sure.
He's turning into like a little
Like a Looney Tune.
I have enough time for
Uh-oh.
maybe. As he starts, you see just lose a couple more inches. Maybe 2 or 3 questions.
Quick, does anyone have a jar? Can we take him with us?
Y'all, you suggested that Heather may have been at the cause of this. You also told me that I am also technically a mass murderer now, which in theory should help me here. But
Wait.
I have
what?
a lot of questions.
I
so
take
do
a
I.
few steps back.
What?
Kind of one of these.
Every
like,
time that Lydia had done an evil act, Eris was one of the times you weren't watching the bit of screens.
Oh my god. We're
Just
sitting
every
together.
single time you were away, they were doing fucked up shit. And then you would come back and you would just see them talking like the aftermath after they've had their memories wiped.
Just didn't want to watch the animal sacrifice.
like watching General Hospital instead.
They were
Yeah,
they
it
were
turns
they
out
were
I took-
binging Criminal Minds. That's what it was.
They're
Oh,
binging
man.
criminal minds while I am being one of the criminal minds that is should be getting watched.
Real life
Criminal
unsubbed
minded.
right here.
Right here.
Yes,
This teddy
Heather.
bear? No.
Heather, whatever her name is, has been around for a very long time and has been channeling magic. through these sacrifices of cultists. We don't know what for. We did find a link between her and the underworld, so there could be some ties to that.
Could be some kind of secret
So he drops
demigod.
he loses half his height. He's 2.5 foot
bent
tall
on
now.
revenge. I feel like all theories are valid right now.
Okay, so cult, why are we here? Points at Eliana and Esteban.
When Sharon was looking for people to help out, he reached out to the souls that were in the vicinity, and you four were the most appropriate to help out. Well, you four and Sybil, but she was pulled deeper into the underworld somehow.
Should we be concerned about that happening to us?
She spent some time here for a while before time went all weird. So
Voluntarily.
she should be fine. She was already dead for a while when everything was right here in Elysium, but somehow got pushed back outside the gates when everything happened.
Exactly happened.
I don't know. The palace has gone dark. No one knows what's going on down there. Lost all contact with the Furies and the Prince, and even Lord Hades himself.
Ah, jeez.
He drops down to like half a foot.
A whole lot left.
This is such an embarrassing way to die. Do you have any more question? One more question for me?
What exactly do you expect us to do about this?
Find out what's causing this and stop it before everything's torn apart. Can one of you do me the mercy of just killing me and not let me die a warrior's death?
Dibs!
I'm not doing that. No.
I mean, yeah, you can just finish him off if you want to.
I'm gonna step on him.
He's gonna step on
You
him.
step. No, he's like, no, not like that. Oh, so embarrassing.
Jolly, what a hell of it.
Yeah, you go to look under your feet, and it's just you see dust where you stepped. He disintegrated right before you squashed him like a bug.
Can I count that as Marky experience for vengeance? No, probably
No,
not.
you can't. Sorry.
Does that make us giants? No.
But as that happens and he disappears, there are three of you, because three of you have experienced this. Hear a familiar click as the doors ahead of you light up.
Here we go. Squid Game time.
Here we go. What do you mean, here we go?
Oh, you haven't been here for this. This is when we pick how we're gonna get hurt next.
Each door, not friendly. Let's go.
So the doors you see, one has a bag above it, and
But there's
the
bones in
other
that.
just has music, like music notes.
Maybe it's a club?
I like the music notes.
I turned to Lydia. Did they have clubs in your time?
Yeah, of course they have
Like
clubs.
Covered wagons and things?
Not covered. No. How old do you think I am? I'm from the 90s.
Old time. Ooh, 1890s?
I
Like
was
1990s.
19?
born at the end of that, so like
Esteban's like on the younger side, I think. Well,
Wait, how? Where's Esteban
Well-
from?
slightly. He's like in a slight, like maybe 10, 15 years in the future where it's just a little shittier, you know?
Mhm.
But yeah, he's like, so you were around in the 1900s.
that's wild.
Huh.
Age and time, such a mortal construct.
What do you mean, mortal? You're down here with us.
Fucking Heather.
Well, I agree on that last point.
Did you die on the 3rd of December?
Paige, what do you say?
No comment.
I also don't know that song. I just know that.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Poor Reese's cup has melted. It's everywhere.
Oh no.
I have Reese's. Thank you for that reminder.
So which door do you guys want to approach?
Anyone else worried that the music one is just seemingly nice, but going to be actually much worse?
Esteban is not worried, but Miguel is assuming that, which is why I'm pushing.
Eris is just concerned.
Well, I pointed
Lydia's
the
head
bag.
empty, wants music.
I point at the bags like, what's the bag mean? We're gonna get stuffed in it and thrown in the river and drowned again? I think one of us already that happened to.
I don't think any of us drowned.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
I'm paraphrasing. Someone suffocated. I don't know.
Me?
Yeah. See? Or music. What could go wrong? Says
Oh,
Esteban.
you never say
who has
that.
had everything go wrong in his life.
You never say that.
Come on, what can't go wrong?
You know what? I'll be right back, as he says, and he walks
No!
away, like, with his arms out like this.
You go through the music door as you say that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the door opens.
It's a horrible
Esteban
thing.
disappears. The other door goes black.
Well, we have no choice.
Yep.
Onwards.
You guys appear in what appears to be a bedroom. It's fallen under disarray. There's like moth-eaten bedding, thick layers of dust everywhere. But the most important thing you see on the bed, arms over their chest, you see a beautiful young lady. And surrounding her, you see like sheets of music, a few instruments. And as you approach, you actually hear like a haunted melody. Like the most beautiful, soulful song playing.
I feel like I'm intruding.
Yeah. Stuck in a bag and drowned.
All of you can give me a. Let's see, what would this be? A sharp roll.
Mm-hmm. Esteban is an option.
You can add 1 to your roll, Eris.
It's a 5.
Mark experience. 10.
10.
8.
8.
I feel like all I'm doing is marking experience today.
Hey, you might leave a level up for next session.
Hey.
Esteban, what you roll?
6.
6. Mark experience.
Yep.
So, Eliana, you remember a legend about like a songstress and her like lover / muse being stuck in the underworld? You can't remember all of the details, but you remember like a legend of that. Eris, you know who this is. This is I honestly can't pronounce her name. Eurydice.
Euripides.
Eurydice.
Or
Yeah.
Eurydice. Okay.
Eurydice.
Orpheus is the boyfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep.
It's the entire point of Hades Town, the musical.
Gotcha.
Yep. They threw him in the video game because it's awesome like that. But yeah, you know that she was pretty much stuck here. Was given place in Elysium because of who she is, while being separated from her lover, and would just be down here singing all the time. A lot of the time, your people up in the celestial plane would literally turn her music on because she's the best musician that's ever existed in the mortal world. Something happened to her. You don't know how she could be dead here, and she doesn't seem to have passed on like the Minotaur or Charon for some reason. She's almost like in a stasis.
What clarification question? You mentioned best mortal musician that ever existed. This is a very mystical place full of things. Sometimes things aren't what they seem. Does she look like Beyonce to Esteban?
She looks like whoever your favorite musician is, Esteban. So if you're a Beyonce, if you're a part of the Beehive, she looks like Beyonce to you.
He doesn't say anything because he realizes there's a lot of magically things going on here. He's like, that's
Now I kind of want to know who she looks like to everybody.
Right.
It's
I
gonna
mean,
look like the lead singer of the Cranberries to my
to
character.
Eris who knows who they are, they do look like Eurydice. Yeah.
The worst part is I know the lead singer of the Cranberries' name, but I can't remember it. It's Dolores something, and I don't remember what the last
I'm
name is.
so bad at names.
She looks like Stevie Nicks. To tell you.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks peaceful. She literally looks just like she's asleep, but you don't see any breathing, any movement in the body. Body has gone kind of pale.
The way I'm like, can I check her for a pulse? Then I remembered we're all dead.
You can use magic to try to just scan her, potentially.
Okay, I'll do that.
Roll me weird.
Nine.
9. Okay, so it's kind of hard to read with that. Like your magic glitches a little bit, and you get some like really bad feedback that's gonna just cause you a lot of pain. Not enough to cause harm, but as you're like in pain and you're reaching through, you feel that she's been put in stasis for her protection so that she wouldn't fade. And you feel the familiar magic of Orpheus. His last act was to preserve her.
That's sweet, but also creepy.
Because these beings aren't just dying; they're no longer existing, like as if they were never a thing.
So even if we save them, we get the vibe that they're not coming
Sharon's gone, Minotaur is gone. That's why
And
this is so
Orpheus is-
bad. And Orpheus is gone, yeah.
And so when she wakes up, he'll be gone forever. Oh, fuck!
Wait for me. I'm coming.
Coming.
Except for now, he ain't coming.
Nope.
And he won't start coming either.
Don't you
I'm
come
sorry.
back no more, no more.
Oh my god.
Dang, even my cat in the background didn't like that one. Like, what are y'all on?
Yeah, is there anything else you guys like to do in this room while you were here with her? You see a door at the end of the room, and if you look out, it has like a window on it. You can see stairs, and you see like a boat waiting.
Okay, go to the boat, I guess.
Is there like a vibe check the room really quick to see if there's anything we
You
should
can
be
give
looking
me
for?
a give me investigate a mystery roll. So roll sharp.
Sharp, okay. That's a 10.
Okay. You can ask me any 2 questions about this room.
Okay. I thought that was my cat. My roommate's watching something. Okay. What is being concealed here?
Okay. I will say you can ask stuff that's not on the list too. You can ask me just broad questions if you would like.
Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I always do that for Powerful Like Ellis game. Just ask me. Like, you're not limited. Those are sometimes very situational.
Yeah. What besides Eurydice should we be
Like
looking closer at?
what stands out kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what's your second question?
Can I ask that after you answer that one?
You have to answer them both now, yeah.
Okay. So what stands out is one thing. Is, from looking at Eurydice, is there another way to protect people as we meet them? Like, can I get like a vibe check of like, if this is going to keep her safe, we can find a way to keep other people safe when we meet them.
Okay. The first thing, trying to search around the room, you find under her bed what looks like a basket of fruit. And as you pull it out, the rest of you recognize that same fruit that kind of gave you those power-ups earlier. Second thing, it would need really heavy duty magic. It would not be it would be a ritual magic use type of thing, situation. You would need to prepare, and even then it's very likely to not work. You think the reason that it worked so well for this is because Orpheus kind of hastened his own death, like fueling it with his last bit of his energy to like help. Maybe the four of you together could help out with that, but it would still have bad effects on you.
Got it. Got it. Anybody want a fruit?
Sure.
Yeah, you all eat fruits. We'll do the upgrades after a session.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we missed the last one too from last session, if I remember correctly. So we'll do that too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you guys all eat the fruit, you get on the boat, and you head down. And as you're going through the water and like it's leading you on, the water starts to change to lava. And as you look up, you see a sign, "Leaving Elysium, now enter in Asphodel." And you pull up to a pier. And there is a large circular arena type area, just like the Colosseum from before. And as you step out and you kind of look around, get your bearings, you all feel very sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
And you start to drift. And you guys pass out. And the last thing we see as the camera pans off, a familiar figure from the games starts to walk towards the group, sits down cross-legged in front of the four of them. "Oh, I haven't had visitors in a while. Feel so more awake since the boss let me loose. This is going to be fun." As you guys see Hypno. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Said I wasn't
Like
just going to
Hypno.
copy all the same bosses from the games. We got to mix it up.
But Hypno's a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played the game.
We'll see how good of a
I'm
dude he
like,
is.
that seems logical.
Very EB. EB and EB just
Very
sleepy.
EB boy. He's always like half asleep whenever he show back up at the palace.
Yeah, every time you die, you come back to him and he has something sassy to say.
Yeah, he pretty much makes
Mhm.
fun of how you die every time you come back.
You know what? Fair.
Okay.
But this is a whole new meaning of I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Wow.
But thanks everyone for joining us. Before we go, why don't we go around, tell everyone where to find you, if you have anything you want to plug, and we'll start in reverse order. So Halloween, you go first.
I don't really have anything to plug right now. You can find me on most social medias as at 11Halloween22. They pushed back the start date for the other thing I'm going to be in, so I don't know when that's happening, but I'll let you know when I do.
Okay, sounds good. Knots.
Hey y'all, Nox Giddos. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and you can find me on social media at Noxternal_7. As for things to plug, tomorrow I'm going to be over on Bardic Inspiration Network for a game of Power Rangers, Monster Force. I'm going to be a Yellow Ranger, Green Ranger in spirit, but Yellow Ranger in aesthetic. Love this for me. And it's going to be fun. And then Thursday you can find me over on Singularity for another Monster of the Week campaign where I missed the last episode.
Love that.
Where I'll be playing Valentina, the pararomantic.
Nice.
My character apparently dated siblings, so you know what? It's fine. She's a little messy, but we love her.
Hey, we applaud that. Damn.
She's a little messy, but we love her. It's great.
Good for her, honestly.
Just watched a gossipy TikTok about something like that.
Like, okay, so here, like, I didn't realize when I was doing the history that the people I were siblings in game. Like, they had established this, but I'm ADHD. But now it's canon, so it's fine.
Watch this. Did we
Oh,
watch
yeah.
the same TikTok? That was very recent.
But yeah, that's me.
Okay, awesome. Jet.
Yo, what up? I'm Cospingu on all socials. And I'm just a little guy. You can find me tomorrow night on Dice and Autism as I am continuing guesting over there. I'm trying to break up their party. I'm trying to fuck shit up.
Do it.
Watch me destroy their lives.
Do it. Take out Morgan first.
Beautiful.
I might.
Do it. Okay, awesome. And you'll also be seeing Jet and something on this channel in a few weeks. I will be announcing that over the weekend. So, and then over to Miguel.
Hey everyone, I am the internet's Miguel Clasico, Miguel_Clasico at most social medias, etc. I don't really have much else going on these days. Always available to guest, GM, play, etc. Anyone ever needs a copywriter, TTRPG consultant, pal, hit me up.
I just had to bring you back on here, but it'd bring you on as a GM so I can play. That would be fun.
Anyone playing Helldivers,
Helldivers is great. Yeah.
dive it up.
If you want to fight for democracy, we're down.
I've been trying to figure out how to subtly convert my ongoing root home game to a Helldivers campaign. It's like,
that's awesome. Love that. Okay,
it's in the works.
Love that. And of course, I am Paige. You can find me everywhere as Pluto Cleric. I am a queer, trans, non-binary streamer and game master on a quest to run every game in the known universe. And with that, my Daggerheart open call has just ended. There will be a campaign starting on April 14th. More details of that will come out in the next week, as well as 3 one-shots over the next 3 months. Maybe some familiar faces here will be in some of those. But besides that, what else do I have going on? Next week is a Power Rangers week. So next Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern, we are back with Power Rangers Arcanites over on Arclight Quartz channel, where I am Frankie Oliver, the Silver Arcanite Ranger. And then on the rotating Tuesdays with this back here over on my Twitch channel at 10 p.m. Eastern, we'll be back with Power Rangers Fairy Arcana Force. We had our first sword battle last time, and we met Queen Titania. She almost hoodwinked one of our Rangers. It's going great for them so far. But tune in for that and tune into the socials for anything else updates. A lot of fun stuff coming up this month. But with that, we will see you guys next time. Have a good night.